Love Inspired and HarlequinAudio present Match Made at the Amish Inn by Marta Perry. Performed by Mayan Vosta Betancourt. Charity suffereth long, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4-7. To my dear husband, who always supports me, and to our precious family, who brighten our lives. Chapter 1.
Molly Esch, if you don't stop fussing over this room for a child you don't even know, I'm going to scream.
Having known Hilda since they were in first grade together at the Amish school, Molly felt sure that Hilda would do no such thing. But now that Hilda was working for her at the Amish Inn, she'd reverted to talking like that sassy 6-year-old she'd been. And Hilda wouldn't be content until she had an answer. Think of it, Molly said, frowning at the patchwork quilt on the single bed. She'd love to find something more suited to a little girl. Poor little thing is only 8, and she's lost her mother, and she and her Dottie are moving to a strange place. I want it to be welcoming for her. Ah, I understand that. Hilda's face softened with sympathy. Poor child, she echoed. But what about the father? You haven't said a thing about why Leah Fisher wants to bring in this stranger to manage the inn when you've been helping her for over 2 years and could do it perfectly fine all by yourself. So tell me. Hilda's eyes sparkled with curiosity, and her normally sharp voice demanded answers. Everything about Hilda had always been sharp, from her pointed nose to her high voice to her curiosity about anyone and everyone in the community of Lost Creek. No wonder Hilda wanted to know. Leah Fisher had been Molly's friend all her life, and her mentor during the 2 years since Molly's life had crumbled around her. Why had Leah decided to bring in this stranger to take charge of the inn while Leah recovered from her accident? Leah doesn't trust you to do it. That critical voice in the back of her mind had been unusually active since her intended husband had run off the very night before their wedding. Leah had been a rock at the time. In the midst of all the gossip and sympathy and wondering, Leah, her mother's dearest friend, had appeared with the most helpful suggestion, that Molly should come and work with her in running the Amish Inn. Molly had to smile at Leah's idea of a cure for a broken heart. Work, challenge, and more work. But it had turned out just as her mother and Leah had expected. Learning all the ins and outs of running the busy inn and catering to the mostly English visitors had given her a new interest in life. Gradually, Leah had put more and more of the actual management into Molly's hands, challenging her, and Molly had been so occupied that she hadn't had time to mourn over William's defection to the outside world. Molly had thought Leah had confidence in her, and her own self-confidence, battered as it had been, had begun to come back. But now, when Leah had to turn the management over to someone else while her badly broken legs healed, she'd brought in her husband's nephew to do it instead of relying on Molly. She doesn't trust you. Molly wondered if hitting her head against the stairwell wall would quiet that voice in her mind. Dismissing the impulse, she and Hilda went down the back stairway of the inn's annex, where the owner lived. Maybe Hilda had given up on her questioning, but she doubted it.
Well,
Hilda demanded as they emerged into the kitchen from the narrow stairway.
Why is she bringing in this Aaron Fisher?
Molly shrugged, knowing she had to say something or Hilda would never go home. Aaron Fisher and his little daughter would be here before long, and she needed a few minutes to tidy herself. But it looked as if she wasn't going to get them. The front doorbell rang, and then Leah called out to her. "Molly, they're here!" Leah sounded so excited
Sample complete. Ready to continue?